Hey guys, this is Chetan for Gizmo Times and you're watching a quick unboxing and hands-on with a full overview of the Realme 8i, the Realme 8 series new smartphone. The 8i comes with the Helio G96. It's an overclocked G95, but obviously the G series or the G90 series basically is more for gaming because of its GPU performance, and that's what we're going to see on the Realme 8i as well. The Helio G96 is complemented by the full HD plus display with the 120 Hz refresh rate. So that is one of those smartphones in this price range that you're going to see with 120 hertz display, 120 hertz refresh rate, and it's the IPS LCD display. It's not an AMOLED one, it's an IPS LCD one. You need to remember that. So if you're looking out for the best of the colors out there, it probably won't be offering you that, but the display surely is going to be smooth. And this is probably the first smartphone in the market to have the Helio G96 processor. It has a 5000 mAh battery, 50 MP primary camera on the back, 18 watt fast charge, and this is something that I surely have to mention here because 18 watt is something that we haven't seen from Realme in the recent times, at least in this series, the Realme number series 8 series. It should probably have had 30 watt because how Realme offers it very easily on most of its smartphone, that should have been there on this as well, but we see 18 watt here. That is the fastest charging speed on the smartphone. There's an ultra fast side fingerprint, so it's on the power button that you're going to see the fingerprint scanner. Now you have the space purple. There's also a space black color, so there are two color options for the Realme 8i. Now let's quickly open up the box and show you what all comes in the box packaging. So the standard welcome to Realme family message. Then you have the SIM ejector tool over here, and then a transparent rubber cover with the cutout for the cameras and for the different ports. And it's a 4-hole one, but obviously it is a triple camera combination. And safety guide, along with that you have a quick start guide over here. So these are the booklets that you get alongside the cover. Now this is the smartphone. We'll take that out later. Before that, let's also see what else comes in the box package. So you have the charger, and this is a 9V two-way charger. So it's obviously the 18 watt charger that you're getting. Pretty big a brick for 18 watt charger, but that is what you're gonna get. You have a USB Type-C cable over here for charging the smartphone, which indicates that the smartphone at least doesn't come with those previous technologies, that is the micro USB. You still have the USB Type-C, which is a good thing here. Now let's keep this aside and check out what the smartphone actually is going to look like and what all it offers in terms of the physical aspect and also in terms of the UI. Now this is the Realme 8i. As I said, the purple is kind of a subtle purple. It's a completely glossy design, so it's a plastic back with the glossiness, so it could pick up some scratches easily, so you'll have to use the cover in case you want to protect the back of the phone but still want to flaunt the colors. So it's a gradient back and with the purple kind of a design, which obviously projects itself in different light conditions. And this is the triple camera combination on the back with the 50 MP primary camera, 2 MP black and white portrait camera, and 2 MP macro sensor. So those are the three cameras. There's also a flashlight in the fourth module, and a Realme subtle branding towards the bottom, which is a good thing. Otherwise, we have seen some of the Realme smartphones to have huge brandings on the side. Now this is the front of the device. It's a full HD plus display, obviously, which is a good thing. And now let's check out what all it has to offer in terms of the UI. Firstly, the benchmarks are not pre-installed. I installed them, and also the game Battlegrounds Mobile India, the Geekbench. Otherwise, everything else is pre-installed here. So let's talk about those apps. Booking.com is pre-installed, which you can obviously remove. That's a good thing. You have the option to uninstall these apps, whichever you don't want to use. And Finchel Pay is not going to be a removable app because it's the payment app from Realme itself, so that would stay inside the UI. Hey Fun and these kind of applications can be easily removed. Josh is one of those apps which can be removed. And so you can remove most of the pre-installed apps. You have some of those OTT applications that come pre-installed, including the Prime Video. Now if you go into the settings and check out the Android version, it comes based on Android 11 and it's the Realme UI 2.0, and most of the Realme smartphones in the recent times have come with the same. That's Android 11 based Realme UI 2.0. That's continuing here. You have the dynamic RAM expansion. This is the 6GB variant, which is the bigger variant. There are two options here, 4 plus 64, 6 plus 128. So the 6 plus 128 has an option to expand the RAM by up to 5GB. So the 6GB becomes 11GB, and this will help only to keep the apps active in the background in case you have this turned on. And if you're running some big apps and you don't want them to close down whenever you're using some other applications, that's when the dynamic RAM expansion is going to help, and that's a good feature that Realme has included in the smartphone. Apart from that, if you talk about the security options, you obviously, as I said, have the password and biometrics. You have both fingerprint and face unlock. This is the power button, which also acts as a fingerprint sensor on the right side. Now, you can see the design. Actually, it looks good because it's kind of a converging bezels on the side, and it's kind of a tapering design on the side. And on the left, you have the volume rocker buttons and also the SIM access area. On the top, you have nothing, so we don't actually see a secondary microphone as well. We could call it a compromise, but I'm not sure. I'll have to confirm it with the brand because we don't see a secondary microphone over here. Towards the bottom, you have the USB Type-C port and also the headphone jack, which is a good thing. The company has retained this, and there's a microphone and a speaker grill. Now, these are the things on the physical aspect. You have a front camera, that's a 16 megapixel selfie camera on the front on as a punch hole camera, and apart from that, the storage obviously is used up a bit because I've installed the games and applications. So if we talk about the benchmark scores here, the Antutu score for this smartphone for the first test itself, it was 3,40,000, and in that, if we go into the actual scores, this is what the scores are going to be. 76,000 for the GPU score, 99,000 for the CPU score. So it's almost a lack of score for CPU. The UI actually seems to be much more optimized because the score for this is average. I mean, a bit better than most of the other Realme smartphones. Now, if you go into the gallery, I have already taken the Geekbench score as well. So these are the Geekbench scores in case you're interested to see what are the benchmark scores to compare it with some of the other smartphones in its price range. These are the Geekbench scores. And as I said, this was the Antutu score of the Realme 8i. Now, the 5000 mAh battery on this smartphone could, last quite well. Even though this is a 12 nanometer chipset, the Helio G95 also had worked quite well in offering a good battery life. The G96 won't be much different in that aspect. And apart from that, if we talk about the gaming aspect of it, let's open up the game that most of us actually prefer playing and also talking in terms of performance. So you have everything included the game space over here, and this is kind of a common UI now being made from OnePlus, Realme and Oppo in its smartphones, where you have the game focus mode and also you have the system status, which gives you the FPS data over here, which is a great thing. I mean, you don't have to separately check out the FPS through different tools or anything. You'll get the FPS directly over here. But if we talk about the game itself, the default settings that this phone is going to have is smooth and ultra, that is 40 FPS for the BGMI, but obviously you can unlock it to 60, which is possible through different tools and files, but this is what it gets by default. It's smooth ultra, then you have balanced ultra, HD high, and there is no HDR. So you get HD with 30 FPS, smooth with 40 FPS. That is possible on the BGMI game, and having an FPS monitor, that also helps. So we'll be doing a couple of quick gameplays and put up a quick clip over here to show you the graphic settings with the screen recorder itself. So if you're recording the a game while playing the game, that puts out a load on the processor at the same time and on the storage as well. So we'll see how well it actually performs when we are going to use it, when we are going to record the screen and also show you the performance of the same. So guys, what we are recording right now is at 40 FPS. Obviously, as I said, the graphic settings is set at 40 FPS. That's the max. And I'm recording the audio through the phone's screen recorder itself, because that has the option of recording both the game audio and the microphone audio, and that's a good thing. Now you can see the FPS on the top where it has fallen down to 27 once, and that's common for most of the smartphones that we play it on, because when you jump, there's an initial lag that you face. After that, it should get stabilized and get back to 40, or else there's an issue. So for now, it's actually doing well, but now you'll see some frame drops again, as I said, which is common. Since we've been testing every smartphone, we know the exact points where the smartphone would get some lags, and now if there are lags when you land and then start fighting it out, and then there would be an issue. that's the first game. Obviously, we saw some lags and those frame drops as well. There are certain frame drops noticed here, obviously, when we are recording the screen. As you can see here, it doesn't stay at 40, so recording is going to be one issue for the smartphone when you're recording and trying to play. At the same time, it won't perform that well. So this is with the gaming. It actually is no different from the Helio G95, which also offered the same 40 FPS. And one of the reasons why G95 offered only 40 FPS was the heating aspect. So we tried playing this the game on this one with the connectivity to the laptop to mirror the screen, and the phone did go up to 44-45 degrees, but there was no thermal throttling or anything as such. But we'll anyway have to keep playing it at 60 FPS and try it out to see if actually it is able to offer 60 FPS or not. And we'll do a separate video of that on our gaming channel, that's Gaming Josh, in case you're interested in its gaming performance fully. So that's it guys, this was the gaming performance. Now moving on to the camera aspect of it. As I said, this is a 50 megapixel camera on the back. The primary camera is a 50 MP one, so you get a dedicated 50 MP mode over here in case you want to take that full resolution captures. You have the dual view video, then slow motion, time lapse, movie, pro mode with all those settings possible, that is the ISO, shutter speed, white balance, autofocus, and the exposure value. Everything can be changed in case you want to actually take a pretty good photo with all the settings altered based on your own need. Now if you go into the video recording options, you have 1080p at 60 fps, but I don't see a 4K option, so you can't record 4K videos with this rear camera. There's a night mode as well in case you are taking photos in low light conditions, but you'll have to have your phone stabilized in case you are taking those photos. Now this is the 16 megapixel selfie camera, and it actually is pretty decent enough. I mean, you obviously can't judge it pretty that quickly, but if you're switching between the front and back camera, you can see this this area actually lighting up and giving you a notification, yeah, that the camera is being switched, and that's a pretty good nudge. So those are the things under the camera as well. We'll anyway do a full review of this later on after testing it out for a few days, but for now this was a quick overview of the Realme 8i, which actually is a decent offering with the Full HD Plus 120Hz display with Helio G96 with a 50 MP primary camera, 5000 mAh battery. A bit of a disappointment that I don't see 30 watt charging over here, but 18 watt is what you're gonna get, and a very good side fingerprint scanner on the smartphone. So that's it guys, I hope you like this video. If you do, share and subscribe to Gizmo Times for more. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.